right, guys, we are going to go through the 5 basic patterns of West Coast swing.
Okay, we like to put them in a specific order. We call it the cycle. That often goes left side pass. And then we have a sugar tuck, an underarm pass, our second push pattern, the sugar push, and then we finish with the 8 count pattern, that is the whip. Okay, so let's break down some of that just a little further. We'll start with the pushes, then we'll do the passes, and then we'll finish with the whip. So, starting with our sugar push, we invite our follower straight forward as you step straight back, leaders. This visually lets the followers know she's not going to pass you, even on the first count. On count 2, you want to take your step slightly to the side. It does the job of closing your feet, but by offsetting your head, your gaze from your partner, you'll create a closer, coming together for you and your partner in counts 3 and 4. If you're on the visual line, you'll tend to keep too much space between you.
And followers, don't look away. So I look straight past. I either look at his shoulder, or if I'm a little taller, I can look over his shoulder.
Okay, and then we have the anchor step at the end. The anchor step is a second triple step that often is danced in this position, where the back foot turns out slightly away from your partner and your front foot is pointed towards them. This gives you a good range across which you can maintain your balance and build your stretch and compression techniques. Okay, so the sugar tuck is another push pattern. So leaders, again, I step straight back. Count 2, I step out to the side, but notice the hand has come up this time. This will be a signal to the follower to turn, but not to turn straight away. We're going to satisfy the linear momentum through count 3, and on the way back, we open up the opportunity for the follower to turn. A little bit of a step forward for me there, leaders. On the 4, that creates the space, and then let the followers turn in their own time. Don't feel inclined to want to pull them around. That will happen on count 5 and 6. You'll notice that the hand is upside down, so that's a great link into our underarm pass. So that'll be the first of our pass patterns. So leaders, now I'm going to step off to my left diagonal on 1. The hand usually comes up at the end of 1 into 2 as I collect or cross my feet. Counts 3 and 4, leaders, I step away from the slot before coming back, and we anchor step on 5 and 6. But the follower's footwork through a pass is particularly interesting.
So followers, when you feel this hand up, this tells me to rotate into it. Now I'm in a good position to allow myself to cross in front. So I step forward with my right foot. My left foot continues, which allows that to cross over, and then I'm really back into my anchor step.
You might hear that technique being called a key phrase, French cross. Okay, you'll see it in a lot of passing patterns. When leaders learn how to scroll, they'll also do that type of technique. So once again, the underarm pass would be 1, 2, I flip the hand over, 3 and 4, the follower goes underneath, 5 and 6 is our basic anchor step, okay? And do notice that hand transition, that's very important. So 1, flip the hand into 2, 3 and a 4, the follower goes underneath, 5 and 6, we dance our anchor step. So the left side pass mirrors the right or the underarm pass. And leaders, this time I'm gonna step my left foot behind my right. This opens up the left side of my body and visually lets my partner know that she's going to be moving past, even on the first count. So count 2, the followers keep moving towards us as we step off the slot, and then...
Followers, you'll notice my shoulders this time is facing my leader on the left side pass.
And then during 3 and 4 followers, you have that same crossing technique, although facing the leader this time, whilst I'll keep the same mentality, rock away on the 3 and recover the slot on the 4. So watch us do that. So that's 1, 2, fab will cross, and I'll move away and back on the line. 5 and 6 is our basic anchor step. Okay, so let's put all that together so far. We'd usually like to do it in this order. These are our 6 count patterns. So we'll do our left side pass, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. Our sugar tuck, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. The underarm pass recovers our hand nicely, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. And our other push pattern is our sugar push, 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. All 6 count, all of them being 6 count patterns. So there's one pattern left, which is called the whip. That's an 8 count pattern, and when we add those 6s to that 8, that gives us our 5 basics, which also fits into the magic number of 32. Looks like this. I step off on the same direction as my underarm pass, but the hand stays down. And what that'll do is it will get your follower to turn towards you instead of turning away from you when you lift the hand. And we also open up our arms into an embrace. So if we were going to open up and offer someone a hug, we'd do a similar thing as what we do when we open up our arm to invite our follower into close position. So I reach my right arm towards my partner, and I'm hoping to target her shoulder blade area. Okay, my palm is on the side of the rib cage, and my fingertips wrap around to support the shoulder blade. I'm pretty high, yeah, as high as I can get without lifting my partner's shoulder at all.
Followers, you can help on your count too. As you rotate in and you see that hand coming up, I will place my shoulder blade into my leader's hand. So when I see that hand, I'm like, there's my shoulder blade, so I can always also help.
Yeah, so just the leader moving off in this direction is enough to get your body to turn a little bit, and then through the magnification of that, as you take a step, you'll find that rotation magnifies, and you'll turn into your partner's hand in the frame. Okay, so 1 to 2. After that, followers, carry your momentum into a triple step, and it's the leader's job to try and redirect you to encourage a coaster step. And that's the name of the middle triple step in a whip. It goes back together forward. So 1, 2, back together forward for the followers. Leaders, I keep my stepping away on 3 theme going. If we try it from this side. So we'll do 1, 2. I step away from my body on 3, and on 4, this time I cross the slot. Instead of stepping back on the slot, we cross over. And as we cross over and commit the weight, that brings the followers forward, weight forward through count 4 and up. And at the end of that sort of transition, leaders, look over your right shoulder, turn your hips around, and that'll send your partner into a turn. And then from that turn, we exit in a line. So count 5 is the turn, count 6 should be back on the slot. So 1, 2 into close, 3 and 4 is our coaster step, 4 into 5 is our turn, 6 we create our post, and 7 and 8 we're going to anchor step. Once again, our whip. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and a 5, 6, 7 and a 8. Okay. Let's put all of those together so you can practice with us. Here we go then. The left side pass. 6, 7, 8. Walk. 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. Sugar tuck. 2, 3 and 4. Underarm pass. 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5 and sugar push. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Here comes the whip. 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8.